Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you here to the Chamber today. I'm Derek Lattori. I'm the Chairman of the Board of the Chamber of Commerce, and I'd like to, on behalf of the Board of Directors, welcome you to exciting announcement today. I'll hand it off to Jeff and Mark to make the official official announcement of the best of. But thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Derek, for that gracious and kind introduction. Good morning again, and welcome to the Columbia County Chamber. My name is Jeffrey Hunt. I'm President and CEO of the Columbia County Chamber of Commerce. And as you must know, while you're being here, it must be best of season again. And so we're proud to go into our 5th year of best of. Many things are the same from last year. Mark's going to detail the voting and nominating process. But without much further ado, I'd like to introduce some of our past winners. We have Alana, who's here. They seem to take a lot of awards. They're one of the most special places we have in Columbia County, and they're recognized for it. We also have Manhattan Theater here, who was a winner last year. We have a 4-time winner in a row, Jonathan's Computers, who's here, and also a multiple-year winner, Habitat for Humanity. So we want to thank them for coming. There's something new this year that we'd like to introduce to you, is that we developed a sponsorship package this year for individuals or businesses who are need help with some promotion in terms of getting the word out about their nominee or during the voting period when they want people to vote for them. So some people have it down to a science, some people are just figuring it out, some people win by default, but this is an opportunity for those who want to sponsor the event or some aspects of the event that will be held in June to participate and to get some added exposure as the voting process goes forward. We're very excited this year. We'll be back at the Columbia County Fairgrounds for our Best Of event. It will take place on June 20th. And last year we had over 350 people attend. We're looking to have that many or even more this year coming up. So without much further ado, I'd like to turn the floor over to our media partner and co-sponsor of this event, Mark Visagera from Columbia Green Media.
That's great. Thanks, everybody, and congratulations to all the winners. You know, we've been able to give out awards now for 5 consecutive years. It's hard to believe this is the 5th annual. It seems like yesterday, your predecessor, Mr. Colby, and I stood out on the veranda out there and scorching heat, if I remember correctly, and had the first of these events. And now we've come a long way. Last year, I believe we had over 350 attendees at the fairgrounds. We had celebrity presenters, and it was quite an event. We really upped the ante a little bit. It's more like an Academy Award style event now than ever before. And I think people genuinely like that. We had very, very positive feedback from all of that last year, and I'm sure we're going to build on that for this year. So let me get into some specifics, if I could, about the event this year. The ballots actually go live on April 1st. They'll be on the Chamber's website, and they'll also be on HudsonValley360.com, the Columbia Green Media website. The ballots will also appear in the print edition of the Register-Star on April 1st. Tomorrow's newspaper, March 31st, the Saturday edition, will have a front page, what we call a gatefold, that will launch the event to the general public in addition to this press conference. So look for that on top of the Register-Star, the front pages of the Register-Star tomorrow morning. Again, just like last year, there's 2 rounds of voting. The first round of voting begins on April 1st and ends on April 30th. From there, the top 3 in each category will then go on to the finalist round of voting, and the finalist round of voting will begin in the beginning of May, and will end at the end of May, May 31st. We also produce a magazine in addition to the event itself. The magazine will exist again this year, and Columbia Green Media representatives will be out selling positions in that magazine throughout this time period as well. Finalists will be announced, as I mentioned, and the winners at the show at the fairgrounds I believe the date is June 22nd. It's a Thursday, June 22nd. And without further ado, if there's any other questions, those are the logistics about the event. Any questions from anybody here?
Questions from our past winners?
Amanda?
Well, can I ask what kind of, not necessarily about the logistics, but what kind of, what does this recognition bring for these businesses who are selected? It's beyond bragging rights.
Well, I'm gonna refer to Jonathan.
Bragging rights are pretty good. That's the main thing, really. We get to, when you get that plaque and you get to put that up in your window and it shows Best of Columbia County, you go to even Hannaford down, you go to different stores and different places in Alana and you see the Best of Columbia County, it means a lot and you can use it in your advertising and you tell everybody about it. And it's really important.
It's people selected, it's the residents.
Exactly.
Yeah, for us, obviously Alana's a tourist destination, but I think this is really special recognition because it comes from people in the communities locally, and it's a state park, it's a public property, and that's really important to us.
Yeah, I think it brings obviously recognition to our theater, but our voters are probably spread wider than just in Columbia County, so it's bringing recognition to the county itself in that manner.
I should mention, last year, there were over 68,000 votes cast. And this year, we've actually improved the website. We've done much more automation on the website. We think it's going to be a better voting experience and much easier voting experience for the general public. Again, come a long way from 5 years. The first year we had paper ballots only, and
The whole room was full.
that was how the
Days.
Wow.
so.
We didn't realize it was going to be so successful the first year.
And now it's just a matter, literally, of minutes when the voting closes that we'll have the finalists decided, and then after the finalist round, we'll have the winners decided very soon thereafter.
We've kept the suspense part of it. I think that built why people came to the event last year, because they knew they were finalists, but they didn't know if they had won or not. And that's a surprise that I think a lot of people experienced, that wow, I didn't know I was going to win, but I won. And it's generally a fun event. It's a lot of work for our team. It's 90 categories, so Amy has been on the computer for hours trying to, populate those fields for us. And so we owe our gratitude to both Amy and Carol and the team from Columbia Green Media for all that they've done to make this possible, because a lot of work goes on behind the scenes that you really don't know about. And we're just appreciative to have such dedicated team members to help us accomplish those goals.
I would also say that one of the benefits for a community organization like ours is that we have over 14,000 volunteer hours a year, and they come in and they see that and they say, that's me, I was part of that. So I think it's an affirmation for your staff, and I think it's an affirmation for the people that volunteer and do the work in the community.
That's a great point.
Definitely. There's quite a few of these best ofs that the Times Union has one. There's Capital Region Living magazine, which I have to brag, Mac Hayden's #2 in theirs this year. So I think that people are recognizing it as a way to get an idea of, oh, what am I looking at? Oh, well, if they were the best, even people, again, from outside the area.
Yep. Any other questions?
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Exciting.
Yeah. Thank you for coming out this morning.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
thank
know
you.
everybody has busy schedules, so appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it.
Amanda, any other?
Just anything else that you'd like to say to encourage people to vote?
Again, I think they're going to find the website much easier than in the past, much more user-friendly, much more intuitive. And I would tell you it's also going to be much more informative. There's thumbnails, there's positions for thumbnail sketches of each of the nominees, potentially. There's some new advertising positions as well involved with it. I think it's just going to be, every year this continues to grow and get better. And you're going to see that on the website as well this year.
And if anyone's interested in the sponsorship opportunities for the event, please contact any one of us here at the Chamber. be more than interested in sharing that information with you.
Any categories that are particularly contentious or you get a lot of,
Why don't you take that one?
Well,
Maybe just popular categories.
There are some that are very popular. We went through and made some changes from last year. One, I think there was some controversy last year about a best place to see a celebrity, and the place that won was not actually a business, so we addressed that this year in terms of best place to see a celebrity in Columbia County. So we make little small changes. We keep our ears to the ground, and we love feedback. So anyone has any questions or concerns or ideas that may help us make this smoother, we're certainly open to hear from them on that.
I would tell you, Jeff and I get the opportunity to hand out the awards, and the reactions are priceless. I mean, we've got people. You got more than one kiss last year. Many hugs, and it's just it's a fun event. And there's some categories that are a little bit more. They lend themselves to more fun than maybe some others, but it's overall just a great event.
I have one comment. Last year, I don't know if you could be in the article or something, because last year it seemed like a big thing with this thing seems to be Chatham versus Hudson. And last year it seemed like the Chatham people really came out and voted for the Chatham businesses, and the Hudson people didn't support Hudson as much. If there's any way to get something like that in there to get the Hudson people to vote more.
It's pretty good approach, but every year that Chatham really has rallied.
Yeah.
So getting Hudson
Maybe because they're a
to think about
smaller
it more
community,
would be
so
great.
they band together a little bit more than Hudson has in the last couple of years. A lot of newer people in Hudson.
That's something. I mean, I think it's a healthy competition, but we don't want to frame it as Hudson versus Chatham.
No,
okay, no, we don't want to do that.
I mean, they're both very unique locations, and we have a ton of businesses in both locations and throughout the county. So the idea is just a friendly competition. It's a battle. It's the precursor to buy local. And so what we're doing now is highlighting the businesses that many of us support with our dollars by going and spending money there. So that's the real ideal of this. It's really a celebration of Columbia County business and the business acumen of the entrepreneurs and the stakeholders who are actually, decide to start their business here or to turn a state park into and a historic home into something that is known around the world. That is something that we are very proud of. I mean, we get visitors here from all over the world, and they're coming here to go to Alana, or during the summer they're coming to Manhattan, or and so those things are important that we celebrate them. So I know it's for the next 60 days or so it'll get very competitive, but at the end of the day we come together and celebrate as a county, and we're one county.
And I would just say I believe if you look at the list of the winners from the last few years, and definitely last year, it's spread throughout the county.
It does.
There's
It
a
really does.
really good representation in all corners of the county.
Yeah. It's true.
And the only other thing I would say, which is not official, is that as a consumer, if I see that, I'm more inclined to try it. Maybe it's not a big store or business that I've been in before, but I know that they're engaged in the community, they're well thought of in the community, so I might stop in there for lunch instead of going to my regular place for lunch. Just to,
Jonathan mentioned it, and this seal means a lot. And you'll see it on storefronts throughout the area. You'll see it in marketing materials.
Billboards. I've seen one I still see a billboard from 2015.
is that pixelate when you blow it up that big?
When I moved into the area 3 years ago, it was really, this was one of the first events I think I attended for Alana, and it was really helpful to sort of get the lay of the land,
Right.
and understand what businesses were sort of popular.
Available and
yeah,
popular,
something like
right.
that.
It's a good litmus test for many businesses, and a great, obviously, place for people to get reviews and consulting from.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
A lot
Thank you,
of happy
everybody.
business.